2600. Let's check it out. Okay, guys, here we go. Game number 1, DauT versus TaToH. DauT trying to push his way to 2600 on the ranking system. By my calculations, he'll have to beat TaToH twice. TaToH at 2409 is going to give, I think, like 10 points or so to DauT in a win. It's Killer Beat. We're here live on Twitch. It is Franks versus Malians. M-A-L is Malians and not Malay on this overlay. Is that true? Yes. DauT will be playing against the Malians. Let's see. Danish dude, is there a max rank? No, I don't believe there is. Theoretically, there's probably a maximum that you could actually reach, because at some point you would be getting 1 point for beating the Viper, right? Like if you were 2800, you might get a single point for beating like the second best or the first best player in the game. Anyway, DauT and TaToH going at it live. As we said, DauT trying to push his way up to 2600. This game has been long in the making. We've been waiting for this one for quite some time here live on Twitch. Backstone for TaToH playing as Franks. He's going to have front gold in a bit of an awkward position. This hill looks like a hill that DauT could possibly control if he did have the upper hand. Pushing from the top of this hill would be ugly because TaToH's golds are on the bottom of it. A castle on that hill would be absolutely devastating. But TaToH, Franks, maybe you can get a castle up a little sooner than DauT on that hill. Front berries for TaToH, extra gold off to the side. Does have a wood line to the east and to the west of his TC. And we will see this game resume in just a moment. That's what happens when you have a live game. DauT's actually going to have the exact same situation. His main gold on the front is on the side of another awkward hill. He's also got his stone pile out on the front. Berries out on the front. Extra stone on the front. DauT has very exposed resources. While we have a brief pause in the game, let's look at Malians. Some of you guys out there, including me, might not be professionals at Malians. Buildings cost less wood. Barrack units have +1 pierce armor per age, so, you know, man-at-arms not a terrible idea in this situation. Gold mining upgrades are free, which is actually a pretty damn good boost. They have the Gebetto, which we see in some games, and team games we see these. University researchers are faster. You can go all the way to Arbalest. You can go all the way to Champion. You cannot go to Paladin, but you do get Bloodlines, and you do get Heavy Camel. So if your opponent was going to be Franks, for instance, Heavy Camel might be a decent option for you. We could see some monks. They have the full monk upgrade line, which could also be useful if TaToH was going to go camels, was going to go knights. It's not a very good game, I would say, for TaToH to go all in on knights, but yeah, it could happen. Anyway, while we have a brief pause here, let's check out the chat. Oh, Flo dropping some compliments on me. TaToH doesn't have to worry about DauT putting up a castle there, says Nim, because if he will, he's DauT after all. That's a good point, Nim. DauT known for losing a lot of villagers on castle drops. You don't even need a castle here. You just need an army on top of this, and your opponent would have to climb that hill and fight you, and it would just be a really ugly situation for TaToH. I think DauT's hill is actually just as bad, maybe worse, because the main gold in front of DauT is out on that hill, and it's just far enough away that it's not like DauT can just walk out here and put an archery range or a barracks on top of that hill. It's a little far from the TC for that sort of a play. Anyway, the brief pause is over, so let's check this out. Let's see. GG Easy says hi, Tower. 1560 rated, some Colombian guy. Oh, Nim is going to play his matches in 20 minutes. Sweet baby Jesus. Good luck, buddy. Good luck. Make us proud. I'll be checking out the Rex on that for sure. For now, we will jump back into the live action of DauT versus TaToH. DauT's scouting is mostly focused on his side of the map for now. I think he's probably still looking for a couple of sheep. TaToH is doing the same. We've seen these players lately, some of these players get a little bit more interested in doing a bit of laming, but in this particular case, we'll see these guys kind of playing it straight. What's also nice for TaToH is his front deer patch. He can push that pretty nicely, pretty easily. It's very close to his mill. Pro players don't, sorry for that. Pro players don't do it as often as I do, but you could push these deer to the mill, or you could just send the villagers out to grab them. In either case, it's a nice mill position for TaToH. It's a double duty mill, if you ask me. DauT's deer patch is not quite so close, but, you know, you can still push those deer toward the TC. A little bit more work, but for now, DauT will be going forward. He's actually potentially going to be here in time to steal some of TaToH's sheep. Actually, looks like he's going to go just the wrong direction. He could have gone straight to those sheep. Of course, anything could happen in this universe. I could explode in a neutrino bomb at any moment. No, I couldn't. That doesn't make sense. But anyway, TaToH's looking around for his sheep. He's looking in the total wrong area, but he's going to get really lucky, actually. DauT is going to miss those sheep by one single panel. So I don't think DauT would have stolen them anyway, but maybe. I mean, he's trying to get to 2,600. If you're ever going to steal a sheep, that seems like an appropriate time. TaToH for now has one sheep under the TC, one boar under the TC. For now, he has not gone out to that deer patch. TaToH's still looking around for those sheep. DauT is still looking around for TaToH. He's going to find some of the resources here on the front, and he will slowly but surely work his way toward the blue town center. Mr. TaToH, on his side, he actually is headed in the right direction. He's revealed a lot of the map, and usually you can kind of do the math. Well, they're not here because that's a forest. They have to be somewhere within one screen of the TC, usually one screen width-wise of the town center. But TaToH will miss those sheep by a single panel as well. So early game here, DauT has had actually kind of a decent start. His opponent has not been able to find those early game resources and is probably not having the most fun start ever. But, you know, TaToH is not falling behind on villagers. He just needs to find those last couple sheep, which he's just now done. And they are now headed in. TaToH will loom up. It looks like his... interesting. Looming up rather early. I'm confused. Is he low on food? No, plenty of food. TaToH is going to loom up and go up on 18 villagers here by the looks of it. Yeah, Mr. TaToH will go up on 18 vills. That's a really aggressively quick build for Franks. Did build one lumber camp, 6 villagers going over there. He built that lumber camp very late. He was chopping a straggler tree. He got down his mill, actually, before that lumber camp. So TaToH with a little bit of an interesting build, a build that I certainly wouldn't pull off very nicely. And we'll see him on the way to feudal. Does have the wood just now for a barracks and will hopefully have the wood for a stable when the time comes. But we shall see. John T, can we slow down the scroll speed? We could. TaToH pushing deer toward that mill. Yeah, I'll try it. I'll try it. Just for you, my friend. Just for you. Let's put the scroll speed down by 2 notches here. We will scroll a little more slowly, maybe a little bit less nauseating for those of you guys watching out at home. Anyway, DauT did some forward scouting. Mr. DauT has found quite a lot on the front. Found that deer patch, found the berries, found the back wood line. I would be a little surprised if DauT knew what the heck TaToH was doing with this build order. It's a aggressive scout build. That's probably not going to surprise DauT, but the speed of it, I think, would actually surprise me quite a lot. DauT on the other side is going feudal. He's going to go up on 21 villagers, and he's going to go men-at-arms. He pushed 0 deer. DauT was not able to push these deer, and they're too far away, and he was too busy scouting. There are 3 villagers out on gold for DauT, so he can transition into archers a little later on. DauT with 1 lumber camp, 6 villagers on wood as well. So both guys going with a single lumber camp build. TaToH will have early scouts, really early scouts, and DauT will have men-at-arms on the way. 4th man-at-arms is on the way for DauT. We've actually seen this a couple times with DauT and MBL the other day. Seeing players build 4 or 5 men-at-arms is an interesting build-up. But TaToH's going to have the numbers eventually of scouts to push this back. I would think that this is okay for TaToH because those men-at-arms are still, those militia are still hanging out at home. TaToH has scouted them, and he's going to just slowly lead them back toward his army. TaToH still taking those deer at home, not taking the deer patch for the moment, has a really crazy busy wood line, 9 villagers on 1 lumber camp, but he just can't afford much else. Doing a little bit of quick walling on the side, or rather just regular walling, also walling up the far right side. So TaToH playing this a little bit on the safe side. His front gold is by no means going to be safe terribly soon, but he's going to wall toward the TC, and this is something I don't do enough that I got to learn how to do better. I mean, it's not fun to palisade up an area, but you know, he just needs 1 safe patch of land. He can abandon the berries for now. That's not going to be GG to his economy. And basically, DauT cannot get in. DauT can't get in, and TaToH could go forward if he wants to, and it looks like TaToH will go forward. Looks like TaToH will go forward. He's got 3, 4 scouts now. Looks like 2 scouts will be at home and 3 scouts going forward. Those 3 on the front will be met by a spearman from DauT, but TaToH feels safe enough behind his walls to come forward, which is kind of important. That's an important thing to keep an eye on. Whether he does something with that or not is also something of interest. just because you have the army forward doesn't mean you're going to get anything done. And it looks like TaToH kind of prodded his way in. He found a little bit of what DauT's got going on. But for the most part, he's decided to get out of dodge. For now, the scouts will come back. If they can't do anything on the front, they might as well come home. TaToH very safe at home, able to keep his walls up with a quick house. It is 5 scouts at the moment for TaToH and a spearman. DauT has got quite a bit of military. What's DauT up to? DauT has the 4 men-at-arms that are on the front, which are now getting outnumbered and kind of cleaned up. They'll go down pretty cheap. TaToH will get 1, 2, 3, 4 of these for the price of 1 scout. So not a bad trade at all for the blue player. Obviously losing a lot of HP, but that's a pretty big investment from DauT that just got cleaned up. DauT is trying to wall himself in, has an archery range down, has a couple spears at home, and his scout at home. So he's not going to be bothered that much by TaToH's army. But, you know, TaToH will have an army that can go on the offensive, and DauT kind of won't for some time. So, Mr. TaToH, if he senses this, is going to be able to come out, watchtower up his front goal, and start building up his eco. TaToH will get in for the moment. He's going to see those 3 spears, though, and get back out. DauT adding in double ranges on the front. For now, TaToH going back. I think if he pushes on these right palisades, he can either A, get through, or B, at least make DauT waste some time rewalling. He can basically do that anywhere. You know, do what you can with your army, and in this case, DauT is either going to have to re-wall, or in this case, DauT is actually going to push out with that army on the front. Archers coming for Mr. DauT. TaToH will probably bring these scouts away quite soon. Blue player sending villagers out to gold. DauT at the moment, 125 food, 260 gold. TaToH will have 250 food, a little more food than his opponent, but a little less gold. DauT's going to spend that gold on some early game archers. TaToH is going to stop military production for now. TaToH's going to stop military production for now. He probably has scouted both of those ranges on the front. He's actually doing a little bit of damage to those at the moment. But we will see. Trying to read Mysterio's message, but getting confused. DauT will go wheelbarrow for the moment. We have a good group of archers starting to mass up a bit. Mr. DauT with just 6 villagers out on gold. Free gold mining upgrades for his civ, so he will need a little less on gold. Blacksmith coming down as we speak. Fletching will be in soon. TaToH's army is still 5 scouts and 1 spear. He built the spear kind of to mitigate the men-at-arms and scout pushing on him on the front. TaToH is really thinking about going up, I would say, relatively soon, and he will be the first one to click to castle. His feudal army here is not going to get a ton done, but I do like that he's pushing on these palisades. Believe it or not, that's a useful thing. That scout is going to at least waste 1 villager's time to walk out here. TaToH probably won't get through there, but yeah, do what you can with the army that you have. DauT is going to do what he can with the army he has. He's going to send it forward. Spears on top of archers, so the scouts from TaToH won't be able to do much. We will see a second stable coming down for the blue player. He may finish that in time, since DauT is moving toward the right flank of TaToH's base here. TaToH can garrison this tower on the front, so he's not that afraid of this army, and this is house walled up, so he's not that afraid on that flank. All in all, TaToH can probably hold out just fine until Castle Age. DauT having to build a little bit more walls and a couple more quick houses on the back, not wasting too much villager time because you need houses anyway, but still good for TaToH to be as annoying as he possibly can. Scale barding armor is on the way. TaToH will have double stable knights, one would think, soon, and he's going to go out to stone to replenish what he spent on that front tower. DauT's army is it's roaming around, but it's a slow army. He's slowly but surely probably going to work his way up toward this front gold. DauT actually didn't even find that tower, did he? No, he did find it. I think he found it with his scout a little bit earlier on. His army for now, DauT's army, roaming around, maybe going home. Lots of walk-in going on, but not a lot of damage coming in. DauT will click castle. He's still totally fine behind his walls. 5 scouts will not push in through these walls anytime terribly soon. 54 HP on Willowlow Kingdoms for scouts in the feudal age. Anyway, Castle Age on the way for TaToH. Pretty good early game for him, but certainly DauT with a really good chance at pulling this one back as a win. DauT's economy is a little bit bigger. His military is good sized. If he can keep his archers maybe a little hidden from these early knights from TaToH, I think DauT will be totally fine. It will be double stable knights, husbandry on the way for TaToH, also chain barding armor, so he's going to have +2 defense. Still 54 HP on those scouts, just in case you are counting at home. We will see. Bosa coming. That's it for TaToH for the moment. Does he have the wood for another town center? I think he does, because he just spent it on the frontier to solidify this front gold position. Multi-stream. All right, cool. Anyway, DauT will, or TaToH rather, will continue to annoy his opponent a little bit, but DauT's army is back here and it is totally safe. DauT's done a good job to keep this army out of harm's way, although TaToH has a couple of +2 defense knights out with 20 extra HP since he's Franks. You know, TaToH can push the envelope a little, but DauT's inside of his base. He's not going to be bothered by these early knights. TaToH's doing the right thing by booming up. He's going to get an early-ish monastery out, maybe thinking about healing up his units, maybe thinking about grabbing some relics. But the 3 TC boom, I think, is the most important part here. Double stable knights for now. TCs are going. TaToH's going to get a little bit of a military presence. He's seen that DauT has queued quite a few archers, and TaToH really wisely is going to just take the top of this hill. DauT doing a little scouting with a spearman, sending a unit forward so maybe he can see the upgrades that his opponent has. Always really useful to send such a cheap unit forward like that. TaToH is scouting the entire map. He can put these on a spread formation and maybe cover a little more ground. Not sure about that. Sometimes I see like Viper putting on a different formation so they spread out a little bit more. But in general, he's doing a great job to find those extra relics. He's using an army that is not so powerful at this point in the game to do something very useful. Gotta love it. Or your second, third monitor multi-stream does not support multi-monitor properly. You guys are educating me in the chat. I appreciate that. I also appreciate this beautiful live game that we have between DauT and TaToH. And like I said before, if you guys want to check out those channels, go for it. They're both streaming this live. 3 TCs now for DauT. He's a few villagers behind, but he's going to be fine. He's going to be, you know, what is it? 4, 5, 6, something like that villagers. But you know what? He's on full villager production from all 3 TCs. Monastery coming for DauT. Has a stable, is not going camels, which is interesting. He has a stable and he's going knights. Maybe he's thinking about sniping mangonels with that and not worrying so much about TaToH's number of knights. Not sure, but for now, DauT will have +1 defense, and that will be it for upgrades on his knights. TaToH still got scouts kind of scrambled everywhere on the map. It's really nice because DauT's going to eventually send some monks out, and if they walk through any of these corridors, they're going to get sniped down for free by one of the cheapest units in the game. So that's always a really nice thing to be able to do with your extra scouts. TaToH kind of earned an early game advantage with a couple of good engagements, certainly a good engagement versus those men-at-arms. And now his scouts will continue to be on the map and maybe take down some monks. DauT's first monks are going to come right to the front line. So DauT is a little bit more focused on the fight, and TaToH is a little bit more focused on the relics. TaToH's going to grab some relics. You can see, actually, relics are really much closer to DauT. There's 4 relics that are pretty close to DauT's side of the map. TaToH's trying to camp them out and annoy them if he can, but it's going to be difficult to get all of them. He's certainly going to get 2, and maybe he can try to snipe. Well, he should get a 3rd as well. But I think DauT will get 2 relics in the end here. DauT bringing a couple of knights over to deal with these last few scouts from his opponent. TaToH is still going double stable knights. He's still camping out on top of that hill. He's still very happily booming up. Both players have been booming at full tilts. 66 vills for TaToH, 62 for DauT. Here we go. TaToH going for a relic. Does DauT have a scout in this jurisdiction? He actually doesn't. He actually doesn't. So DauT may be the one who ends up with 3 relics. Interesting. I thought TaToH would be able to snipe that first monk, but just a tad out of position. Relic on the way home for now. DauT is kind of, he's like a shark slowly moving in. TaToH will drop the relic, I would imagine, and try to snipe down, or rather convert these knights. No, TaToH's just going to stand and fight. He does get 1 conversion, but lost 3 monks in the process. Pretty good engagement for DauT there. Really good engagement for DauT. In the end, TaToH with 1 relic. DauT may be able to get 3. He's still slowly trying to bring all those relics home, or at least the first relic home. TaToH will push DauT back for a little while, and we will see 32 military total from the red player. Crossbows camping out on his ugly hill, and TaToH kind of camping out on his own ugly hill. It's kind of a tale of a couple of hills on this particular map. I don't think either player can really afford to lose the hill that's on the front of their base. Here we go. Here we go. Now TaToH will at least snipe one monk. Not a bad exchange there. One scout able to grab a monk. TaToH's other scouts got cleaned up for free, but yeah, it could be worse. Could be worse. Total villagers creeping up toward 80 for both guys. It's still full boomer mode. Actually, both guys are a little bit idle militarily. The numbers aren't really ticking up very much, but DauT will add in a second stable. Imperial Age on the way for DauT, and he's adding in some camels. I think the camels here for DauT are going to be a really essential part to his victory. You know, Imperial Age will come for both guys soon. We'll see Cavalier from TaToH. With this many knights, he kind of has to go Cavalier. And DauT can go Heavy Camel, and Heavy Camel will just be a lot more cost-effective. Prior to any of that happening, TaToH's going to push through, or try to push through. Is he going to dive in? TaToH can dive in now if he wants. I think he's waiting to see what DauT's army looks like, and it looks like he will not dive in. TaToH could have dived in there and or dove in and tried to grab some vills, but DauT with some nice quick walling should be totally safe back at home. DauT's only 3 vills behind. Indeed, yeah, these guys are definitely on par. I liked TaToH's start better, but it certainly wasn't significantly better. I think for now, it's still a damn even game. DauT will be up to Imp first. DauT adding in more and more stables and more camels. 3-4 stables will be down for DauT by the time he hits the Imperial Age. He's going to need a couple of upgrades. There's Bloodlines on the way. Bloodlines will help him a lot. Heavy Camel, a notoriously slow upgrade to get in, but TaToH getting a castle up on that very hill that we were a little worried about. So TaToH will castle his hill, and DauT will stable his hill. DauT at the moment without any stone in the bank. Whoa, TaToH and DauT both have 132 stone exactly at that moment. I don't know why that blows me away, but it did. It did blow me away. Doesn't seem like DauT is aggressively taking stone for a castle. TaToH is going to actually snipe this relic in the top corner. One wonders if DauT scouted that area of the map or not. No, he hasn't. I was going to say, DauT really was much closer to this relic, but he never scouted it. So TaToH's going to grab it, and you can tell that TaToH thinks that relic is a little important. He's going to send his entire army to go get a single relic. But hey, it will work. It will work. In the long run, TaToH could try to transition into axes, but you know, I think we'll probably see gunpowder. Am I crazy to say that? It seems like I feel a little wrong saying it, but hand cannons, I think, in this situation could help him a lot. Hand cannons are not going to do so great against crossbows, but against Heavy Camel, they'll help a lot. For now, TaToH on the way to Cavalier, a relatively slow upgrade. DauT will be the Heavy Camel before TaToH gets to Cavalier. So DauT can force TaToH's hand if he wants. He can run in and do some camel raiding if he likes. TaToH is actually going to circle around that army from DauT, and he's going to head toward these extra golds. Props to TaToH for the early game scouting. Certainly something that I need to do better. He found all those extra gold piles, and you can kind of palisade scout and see where your opponent's at. DauT will lose a couple vills. Not a terrible fight for him, though, because he'll push this back with Heavy Camel. Not such a big deal. DauT is going to be 3 villagers behind. Big whoop. At this point, we're actually seeing a game that's going to go deep. The biggest thing right now is what unit choice will TaToH make in the later game. TaToH going Chivalry at the moment. For those of you like me who need to see what that is, increases production speed of stables. So Chivalry on the way, Paladin on the way. TaToH is just going to try to force DauT's hand with more Paladin than DauT can deal with. I was thinking it was time to be pragmatic and change up the units, but you know what? TaToH's the pro, not me, and he's going Paladin, man. He's going to start taking over a little bit of the map with grabbing a couple extra stone piles. You could foresee a castle on this hill being a really great spot. Killer Bee, you're never crazy, says Gloken. Oh, I'm always crazy. Gloken, how's it going with the lady at your work, man? Hopefully it's going well. We can talk about it after stream if you want to keep your personal life personal. Anyway, looks like DauT will get a castle out on the front of his base, protecting those 2 extra gold piles. He needs those. He's going to go camels. Of course, he's going to need some gold. One gold pile is kind of out here in no man's land, much closer to DauT's control than it is to TaToH's, and DauT is going to start mining that right meow. So TaToH with one more relic than DauT, but a little bit less control of the extra golds. TaToH's got an extra gold pile on the left, but DauT has 3 extra gold piles. Well, I'd say this is probably his initial one, but I think DauT has 2 extra golds there, and there's another extra gold that is up in the top corner of DauT's map. And TaToH's keeping an eye on that, man. This guy is no dummy. He is waiting for the right moment to maybe push in. Anyway, Paladin will come forward and start to do some raiding. Farimba on the way for DauT. DauT will have a monk or 2 on the map, but he's mostly trying to defend himself with heavy camels. Those heavy camels are on the way over. Camels, of course, are a counter unit, but Paladin, of course, are a badass unit. So DauT, or rather TaToH, on top of the hill might be able to take this fight just fine. DauT is firing uphill with those crossbows, and they are just +2 damage. They're not really doing as much as they could. The heavy camel are doing most of the heavy lifting. TaToH, though, continuing to bring in more reinforcements, and now with a couple of trebs unpacking, will put a little pressure on DauT's castle. DauT's got a few knights hanging out on the side. He might go in and raid when he thinks the time is appropriate. Heavy camel, for now, are still trying to work their way up the hill. DauT has plenty of stables to keep up production, but TaToH, I think, has a few more paladins than DauT has heavy camel. DauT's army has about, 15 crossbows, and that kind of suggests that the total number is going to be a lot less for camels for DauT. Double trebs here on the front for TaToH, who continues to throw forward paladins. He does have a decent amount of gold in the bank, and he's mining still really aggressively. DauT's gold is quite low, but I think his gold eco was a lot better than TaToH's when he had these extra gold piles. DauT losing those extra golds is gonna have a really existential problem on his hands soon, because how many miners could he possibly have? He's got 14 gold miners. It's just, I don't think there's a way to keep 6 stable camels going for too long. DauT's selling a little bit of resources to keep his gold economy going. Most of his miners, by the way, are here in a super precarious part of the map. Halberdier is on the way for TaToH. We would love to see something similar from DauT already, but you know what? DauT's got enough camels here to try to hold the line. He's still waiting in the wings with his army of knights to see if he wants to go in and raid. But this party for DauT on his way to 2600 might be a little thwarted by Mr. TaToH. DauT get Farimba. Yes, indeed. DauT did get Farimba. DauT just grabbing that upgrade a moment ago. Hey, Joshua. Good to see you. Lady was sick for 2 weeks. Oh, man. She stayed out of work for 2 weeks just to avoid you. TaToH still clinging to this hill. Man, this is an awkward hill for anybody to push back against. This is an even more awkward hill, but DauT has done a good job to get more barracks and stables down there. DauT will get chainmail armor. He will eventually try to push this back with some, with some pikes, I suppose, for now. Anyway, we will see a castle drop coming from TaToH on the front. We will see Halberdier coming out from Mr. TaToH as well. He's going to actually counter his opponent's counter. These camels will not do well against a big group of halbs. DauT's crossbows are still alive from the Castle Age, but there's not that many of them. Look at TaToH trying to snipe down those crossbows. There's not that many crossbows here from DauT, but they can do something critical, and maybe they can help deny this castle. TaToH, though, will just take this fight with overwhelming force. Continuing to send in halbs. If this castle goes down for TaToH, it's probably getting really dim. It's a nail in the coffin for DauT's chances of winning. DauT will win the fight on the left. He'll grab the 2 trebs, which is a nice little piece of icing on the cake, but TaToH gets the castle up. Unless DauT can get this castle down soon, he's going to starve on gold. At the moment, man, what is this, 20 villagers trying to mine the same 3 patch of gold. TaToH's still camping the extra gold to the north. DauT, unfortunately, has not scouted that. DauT, though, is inside of TaToH's economy and did some decent raiding. You can see a couple dead villagers here and there. These are just kind of regular old knights, but they are +7 knights, which is ridiculous. And it will be TaToH who gives the GG. Holy sweet Jesus, that turned on its head so quickly because this castle is now isolated, and I was just totally wrong about that castle being the end-all, be-all. DauT did a lot of damage to TaToH's economy, but man, I thought TaToH was in a great spot there. 15 knights won the game. says Leo Zim in the game room. Holy cow. Killer B totally wrong about who was winning that match, apparently. And we will see, most importantly,